Hey guys, it's Gus.
And Carlos from Hardware Unplugged.
And today we're going to be doing an in-depth review on the Lethal Gaming Gear glass feed and the Pulsar glass feed. Before we get started, please make sure to hit that like button to show support. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. With that being said,
Let's begin.
Just a sec. Healing up. Spike planted. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
So after months of using glass skates, my brother and I have found out some interesting things about these mouse feet. So the first and most notable one was that glass feet do get affected by humidity. Yep, you heard that right. Glass mouse feet get affected by the environment. When we tested both the Pulsar Superglides and the Lethal skates, it was during winter, it was cold, and there was little to no humidity at all. Well, that changed thanks to spring season, and I can confidently confirm that glass skates do get affected by humidity quite a bit actually. During a hot and rainy day, I noticed that the Lethal skates on my MP01S were a little damp. I thought nothing of it, and when I started playing and using the wet glass skates, my experience was just horrible. I felt like the skates were extremely heavy and you cannot move the mouse with these at all. Humid affected glass feet are the complete opposite of what glass feet should feel like. They are really slow and aren't smooth either. This caught us by surprise and was totally unexpected. More in-depth experience later on in the video. Another thing we noticed was that both the Lethal Gaming and Pulsar glass skates are coated. The reason we say this is because after using the Serapad with Lethal Gaming Gear skates, we noticed that our glass mouse feet were not smooth at all when we tried them on regular cloth mouse pads. They were slower and felt less smoother than before. They felt extremely scratchy and didn't feel like glass feet at all. Very similar to the humidity issue, but a whole lot more scratchy feeling. And when it got cold, the glide just didn't feel the same. But my brother Gus has found a way to get that smooth glide back on your glass mouse feet, making them feel brand new. The secret to making your glass feet feel brand new is applying a ceramic coating for cars. Gus saw a video on Reddit, and that's where he got the idea from, and it worked extremely well. We applied a ceramic coating on a microfiber cloth and then rubbed the coating on the glass skates. We kept doing this till the skates were reflective enough to see our reflection in them. Once we did that, they were ready for use. I've been using these ceramic coated Lethal skates for a month now, and the coating still feels new. This was a game changer. I seriously thought we were going to have to buy new skates since the Serapad wore the coating down on the Lethal glass skates to the point that they were unusable. But this ceramic coating did its job, and we have a bottle of it that will probably last a year or two. In our opinion, if you're going to grab glass mouse feet, it will be a good idea to pick up a bottle of ceramic coating while you're at it to keep your mouse feet feeling fresh. Another thing we noticed is that Pulsar Superglides tend to be more durable overall. We tested both the Superglides and the Lethal skates on the Serapad, and out of the two, the Lethal skates got more scuffed up than the Superglides. Also, while removing the Lethal skates from our G Pro Wireless Superlight, Gus ended up breaking one of the skates by accident. Luckily, we had Superglides Pulsar sent out at hand, so we decided to apply them and remove them to try and see if they would break as well. But they came off without any issues. Now that I have explained all the little things we have picked up during our long-term use of glass mouse feet, let's get more in depth about our experience.
alright, so we've been using glass feed for like what, 2 months already? 3 months?
2-3 months.
Yeah, like a long freaking time,
2 months,
right?
2 months, just to be fair.
Yeah. And so we've tried them on. I've tried on different mice. I had them on the my G Pro wireless, and I also had them on my Pulsar mouse and my and this one my Zawias too, right? And you had them on your MP01,
On
right?
the MP01, yeah,
Yeah.
and also on the Super Glide. I mean, on the
X-Lite.
the X-Lite, yes,
Yeah.
the Super Glide, yeah.
Yeah, and we found out a few things during that time, right? So first off, right? Yes, glass mouse feet do slow down, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
it's clear by now that both mouse feet have coating. The Pulsar mouse feet and the Lethal Gaming Gear have coating on them, on the glass
Yep.
feet, right?
Yep.
The Pulsar coating on that one is faster, right? Like way faster. So
Yeah, there was something about the Pulsar coating that I remember you having it on your Super Light.
Yes, and it moved.
And the cursor would move and the mouse would move. So if you left it there
Yes.
for like at least a good like 15 minutes, the mouse would then be here.
Yes,
And I'd be
yes.
like, what? Like I don't know. Like I thought I was seeing things, but for sure, yeah. I want to say that the Pulsar skates, they're way more slippery, if that
Yes,
makes sense.
yes,
they're
they're
way
more
more. They're definitely like, in my opinion, right? I like them better than the new. So I like new Pulsar Super Glide skates
Fresh,
than
yes.
I do the fresh
Lethal Gaming Gear skates.
Yes, Lethal
Yes.
Gaming Gear skates, right? I think
Same.
that's fair to say. One of the things that I think me and you notice is after a while, I feel like the Pulsar skates, for real, I feel like the Pulsar skates wear out faster than the Lethal Gaming Gear skates. That's just in my opinion. Because
Yes.
I remember after a while, that the mouse wouldn't move by itself after a while. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And it wouldn't do that little cursor thing.
I think we were talking about this too. I feel like it's the coating on the Pulsar feet is faster, but it does wear down faster.
Yeah.
That being said, after it slows down, it feels very similar to the coating on the stock Lethal Gaming Gear glass feet. They feel the same, like after wearing the fast mouse feet down, right? After wearing the fast coating down.
Yeah.
But after that, so the Lethal Gaming skates, they stay more consistent because
Yeah,
they're
they
not
really
as
do.
fast. They're not overly fast like the Pulsar ones.
Yeah.
And so I feel like because of that, they feel more consistent. They feel like they can last longer. But after that coating goes off, after a certain time, like what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, they
Yeah,
just
about 2-3 weeks in.
it just feels totally different. Like
Yeah, it
it
does.
feels grainy. It doesn't feel smooth and fast. Like it feels kind of heavy. It still feels smooth, but
Yeah,
you
it
can
still
feel,
feels smooth,
you feel
but
like
it's
this
not-
graininess to it.
It's not as slippery, I guess,
No,
I
it's
guess you could
not.
say, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did notice, right, is that I think me and you can both agree on after
Yes.
using the Serapad and using both the glass
Oh,
skates
yeah,
on it,
dude.
right, is that they both have a coating.
Yes,
that
they
is
do
just
both
true.
have a coating.
They do both have a coating. I didn't really get to use a whole bunch of the Super Glide with the Serapad. Honestly, I was
Yes.
using more the Lethal Gaming
Yes.
Gear ones. And yeah, my God, using the Serapad with the glass skates on top of Serapad, it was cool. I liked it. I liked how it felt
Yeah.
slow. But when I got my mouse back and I used it on a regular cloth pad,
Oh,
it
dude.
just felt
Totally
scratchy, heavy, grainy.
Yes.
It felt really disgusting. So I was
Yes.
actually kind of bummed out
Yeah.
that, my glass skates didn't feel how I remembered. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that kind of sucked. So there's a coating on the glass skates.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, you could get that glide back. And I saw a post on Reddit where this guy he put ceramic coating on his glass feet to make it faster. But I decided to pick this up because I want to get the glide back on my mouse skates. And I applied the first time I applied the ceramic coating, it was a little bit, but I buffed it enough, and then I buffed it, and then like the coating lasts like a week.
Yeah, it lasts like a week and a half.
Only a few days, week and a half, yeah,
yeah.
something like that. And then they feel muddy again. They feel disgusting.
Yeah, it felt really
grainy.
scratchy and grainy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second time around, I put a generous amount. I put like, I don't know, like freaking like 5 sprays, so it got really damp.
Yeah.
And I buffed the glass skates to the point where I was able to see my face, dude. I did the bottom one too.
Yeah.
I was doing that for like 5 minutes, dude. No lie,
Yeah,
like 5
just-
minutes. And after that, the coating has felt really good, and it stayed pretty consistent.
It
right?
has stayed pretty consistent. I haven't
Yeah.
really felt it slow down a whole lot.
Yes.
I can definitely tell if you put coating right now, it'll feel
Yes.
a lot faster, a lot
Yes.
more smoother, and like not faster, but it'll feel
Yeah,
smoother.
smoother, yeah.
But it doesn't feel as smooth. But I mean, it's been like a month and a half now since you did that.
Yeah.
So and it still feels really good. And by the way, it doesn't feel grainy. It's just
Yeah.
I'm just saying it doesn't feel as like slippery as how it
Yes,
should, right? Whenever you
yes.
first applied the coating.
Correct. Yeah. And at this point, I feel like, at least for me, right?
Yeah.
When I get glass skates, I'm gonna be picking up this bottle of ceramic coating because
Yeah.
that just brings that glide back.
Yeah, it does.
And it stays for a very long time if you
But
freaking
we
apply
still
it
have a
properly.
lot of
We
that
have a
bottle,
lot of
right?
this.
Yeah,
This
we have a lot of that. So
this
it's
is like $15-$20. You can now. There's many ceramic coatings out there, right?
Yeah.
I'll link the one that I got down below, right? The person already used a different one too, but they work. It works. It works. So,
yeah, it did. I could wholeheartedly say that
Yes.
it did brought the glide back
100%.
because I remember feeling it on. I was actually using on
bummer.
the Pure Track pad on the Pure Track like the Phoenix SC one.
Yeah.
And it felt nasty. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
what's up with these skates? And you put them on, and I was like, dude, that's the glide that I missed. That's the
Yeah.
glide that I wanted. So I thought that was really cool, honestly.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, so if you're gonna pick up glass skates, dudes, I personally will recommend picking up a bottle of this ceramic coating stuff.
Yeah.
Just
It will last.
Yes, it will last. Another thing we found out during that time is
Oh yes.
glass feet actually do get affected by the environment. They get
Yes.
affected by humidity, as a matter
I
of
actually
fact.
forgot.
Yes.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually didn't notice this. You noticed it, right? Who pointed it out to you?
So somebody in chat told me because I was streaming, right?
Yeah.
Somebody in chat told me they were like, "Yo, glass feet get affected by humidity," and I was like, "Do they?" And they're like, "Yeah, like you kind of breathe on them, and the humidity, right? Like you'll be able to like tell." Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that's true. And then I remember it was one of the days where I think it was on that same weekend, right after I was done. How do you call it? It had rained, and when I woke up, I noticed that the bottom of the glass gates here, it almost felt like a little wet.
Yes.
And I was
yeah.
like, holy
I
crap,
seen
they
that
do
too.
get affected by
Yeah.
humidity. And I remember whenever we had it, it wouldn't, like, our weather wasn't bipolar like how it
No,
is now,
it-
right?
it
You know,
was-
now
it
we're
was-
in
it was
spring,
cold,
right?
so
You know,
yeah.
it's starting to rain a little bit more.
Yes.
So, for sure, I was like, yeah. And then I remember me telling you, do you remember me telling you where I was like...
Like suction cups.
It feels almost like suction cups.
Yeah.
That was because of the humidity. The humidity, it, like, sucks on the pad, which is...
Yes.
It's just kind of... It has this weird effect.
Yes.
And it does feel very kind of...
Heavy, muddy.
Yes, but like it almost feels like something's like pulling like the mouse like
Yeah.
against you.
Yeah, holding it down,
So
yeah.
so that's how I know. I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah.
glass gates do get affected by humidity. However, on days where it's normal here, right, where there's
Yes.
no rain, it's not like humid a whole lot.
Yeah.
The glass gates feel banging. So if you live in a very controlled environment, in a very dry environment, I would say, I think glass gates are definitely gonna
shine,
be
yeah.
Up your alley for sure, right?
Yeah.
If you live in a very bipolar environment like how we do,
Yeah.
it is kind of, we do run into that problem every
Yeah,
now
yeah.
and then now, right? But yes, that is something that we didn't tell people the first time, is that
Yeah.
they get affected by humidity.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Another thing, I see a lot of people say that glass feet, they're not good for games like tac-shooters.
Mhm.
But I strongly feel like if you're gonna play tac-shooters, you need to get a mouse pad that's more control oriented. Just because
Yeah.
these feet, they're fast, right? But I feel that if people were to get slower mouse pads, they'll enjoy their experience with the glass feet a lot more, because people have complaints where if people have complaints where they use their mouse pads and when they tap, they try one tap, when they tap, it moves their mouse because it's so low static
Yeah.
friction, right? But if you get a slow mouse pad like the Korai, right? I feel like you have a lot better experience. I actually tried the S2 with on Valorant.
Yeah.
And I was playing pretty decent, right? Like I was sucking
Yeah.
Valorant, but I was able to play good with
Yeah.
it. So, you know what I mean? So yeah, these are the what else have we figured out about the glass gates other than the lethal ones break, right? The poster ones are definitely more durable. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I actually, as a matter of fact, the lethal gaming skates, right? For some reason, I feel like either they're not rounded off or during the heating process they're bent a little bit or something, because
Yeah, something's going on with them.
they scratched on the corners, and this is only
It's
happens.
like you feel them like on the edges.
Yes.
Honestly, it's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel the scratches only on the edges on the lethal gaming gear ones,
Yes,
right?
yes.
On the pulsar ones, maybe it's because they're more rounded off or anything like that or something like that, but they feel way more smoother on a hard surface, for example, like the glass pad and stuff.
Yeah, there's
Just
there's
general
definitely something
wrong.
going on.
Yeah, yeah.
There's something going on for sure. I think both skates are pretty decent, if I'm
Yes,
being honest.
100%.
But yeah, I think the lethal gaming gears could be a little bit better. You know, it's just something. It's just some feedback that
Yeah.
we could like to give them. You
And,
know?
and I believe they are working on the version 2 of their skates that are going to be more durable and stuff.
That's
like that.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it, right? When it comes to glass skates.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's just stuff that we just didn't mention the first time
Yeah.
around. But now that we have a little bit more knowledge of the
Yeah,
glass
yeah.
skates here, we just figured we'd just make a video, you guys. Especially,
Yeah.
especially on
This
on
one,
this though. This
this.
was the thing that you guys need to really
100%.
see, is if your glass skates don't feel anything like they used to, buy a little bottle of that and make sure you buff it in for like 5 minutes or so. You
Yes,
know, like
in each skate.
put
yeah.
a very generous amount, right?
Yeah.
Don't just spray it on the actual skate.
Don't do that.
Put it on the cloth, on
Yes.
like on a cloth thing, and then wipe it in there, and
100%.
then trust me, you'll thank us later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Links to everything's gonna be down below. This is Gus.
And Carlos from Hardware Unplugged.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.